patter, patter. The sounds echoed in her ears. It sounded just like rain splattering on an umbrella, or the fluttering of a dove's wings. When she opened her eyes, the first thing she saw was the metal-plated ceiling.
ここはどこ?
Himeko swooned as she struggled to get up.
監獄の中? そうだ。私捕まったんだわ。それから
She nearly fell flat on the ground when trying to get out of bed. Patter, patter. A strange sound continued to echo within her mind.
何の音よ。体が重いわ。どれくらい寝てたの？学園長たちは大丈夫かしら。早くここから出ないと。
She staggered for the door, but the noise in her head kept getting louder and louder. Exhaustion soon overwhelmed her. She collapsed and fell on the floor, only a few feet from the door. Himeko struggled to sit up, panting laboriously as she leaned against the metal doors. She suddenly noticed a test tube in her hands.
これは血清？どうしてここに？あんたの負荷？随分と変わっちゃったわね。それで捕虜の私に何の用？
それは崩壊エネルギーを中和する血清です。体を侵食する崩壊エネルギーを中和してくれます。安全な場所についてから使ってください。
You will lose your Valkyrie powers after the serum neutralizes the Honkai within you.
プレゼント？ありがとうって言うべきかしら。
Himeko remembers that Fua is the one that carried Kiana away, right? So
律者が覚醒しました。ここから出たら北の見張り島に向かってください。そこは安全ですから。そこまでは見張りなどもいますが、あなたなら問題ないでしょう。
こんなのいらないわよ。学園長たちは今どこにいるの？
仲間たちを助けたいのなら見張り島のさらに先に進んでください。見張り島の向こうにある実験室で待っています。
ちょっと待ちなさい。
there was no response. Nothing could be heard on the other side. Himeko forced herself to stand up and shoved the door open with every shred of her strength. And then the surprising thing happened.
ドアが開いている？いつの間に？まあいいわ。
She stuffed the serum into a pocket and quickly left Containment Bay 7. Oh, Tesla.
あの声は。テスラ。
Himeko saw a familiar figure at a distance. Tesla was tied to a chair with plenty of rope. She couldn't move at all. They even gagged her with an intricate black-colored scarf. Himeko tried not to laugh at the hilarious sight.
落ち着いて。今それ取ってあげるから。
あ
のメイド、覚えてなさいよ。
何かされたの？
あいつ私を侮辱したのよ。
Furious at being tied to the chair, Tesla shook her body violently. Himeko then realized that the rope was tied into a beautiful knot behind her back. The knot looked so perfect that it was almost a shame to untie it.
え？
私に縄をかけながらペコペコ謝り続けたの。少し窮屈かもしれません。お気分を害してしまいすみませんって。
Yeah, that's Rita, right?
しかも最低なことにわざわざ縄に香水をつけたのよ。バカにしてるでしょ。
とりあえず縄を解くわね。
Himeko told Tesla what happened before this.
私が知っているのはこれで全部よ。
私たちの状況もいいとは言えないけど、ボス頭たちが心配。そいつの言う実験室に行ってみるしかないか。ハイペリオンに連絡する方法も探さないと。
Tesla took out a small red device from her gauntlet and inserts into the terminal port. Beep. Login device not found. You may need to install device driver first. Beep. 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 Error code.
できた。目標を見つけたわよ。このモジュールがオフになれば、実験室内の全安全システムがダウンするわ。そしたらエレベーターが使えるけど、カゴに入ってる実験体たちも解放される。
他に方法がないわね。
へへ、天命のやつら、仕事が一気に増えるわね。
Access request verified. Command system shutdown. Alright, the escape test subjects are rushing in. Damn it, there's too many of them. Get back to the elevator. Oh, what is that? Not good. We must have triggered the panic defense system. It's slowing down. That's because I've disrupted the AI systems. Now's the time. Run for it.
やっと巻いたわ。天命のやつら何の研究をしてんだか。どうしたの？大丈夫？
大丈夫。ちょっとかすり傷をね。
無理するなって言ったでしょ。
Tesla suddenly noticed something that piqued her interest.
あ、通信装置だ。これでボス頭に連絡できる。
She pounds at it like a lion after a deer. Beep. But Tesla got nothing but static.
あ、もう。
She lashed out. She lashed out a kick at the metal container and sat on the ground.
顔色が悪いわね。
お互い様でしょ。
このまま先に進みましょう。それしか道はないわ。フカも言ってた。あの実験室にみんなを救えるものがあるって。律者に対抗できる何かのはずよ。天命が律者を覚醒させるのに準備をしていないとは思えないわ。それがそこにあるのでは。
まあいいや。あんたを説得できそうにないし、念のためにここの座標に暗号をつけて外部が受信できるようにしたわよ。
I hope they could see that.
よし、出発。
フカ、必ずあんたを捕まえて全部吐いてもらうわよ。
Let's move on. Can you still walk? You gotta be joking. I'm fine. Never expected you to keep fighting despite all those injuries. I can still handle enemies like this. Never underestimate the Assault Squad Valkyries. Assault Squad? I used to serve in the Assault Squad. I was a Valkyrie there for 10 years. I lost count of the numbers of enemies I've killed. But that number is definitely way more than this. Zombies, special forces, test subjects, Emperor-class Honkai beasts. The enemies keep getting stronger, all trying to put me 6 feet under, but I always survive. Oh, don't worry. We're just finding something new. And like always, there is always a means of finishing them off. You know what? Your words don't sound very comforting at all. We're close to the target. Let's go.
ここ見張り多すぎでしょ。
間違いないわ。ここには何かが隠されているのよ。
入る前にもう一度確認するわよ。まずとことん暴れまくってここの秘密を探し出す。それからブツを持ってハイペリオンを探しに行く。そして律者をボッコボコずったぼろにしてハッピーエンド。
あんたのそのユーモアは好きよ。準備はいい？行くわよ。
Beep beep.
広くもなさそうなのにいっぱい隠してるわね。
実験室のメインコントロールシステムが見つかったわよ。10分ちょうだい。じっくり研究するから。
ちょうどいいわ。私も上で少し休むわね。
Tesla did not respond. She was immersed in the data displayed on the screen. Himeko found a quiet place to sit down. She could hear the familiar voice in her ears.
満身創痍ですね。
やっと来たわね。ここがあんたの言ってた場所なの？
いいえ、もっと下です。そこに答えがありますよ。いや、この装置はこの符号奥の手としてこれも用意してたのか。前言撤回です。この階にもあなたたちにとって重要なものがあります。よくよく探してください。必ず
ちょっと。
Tesla's angry outburst distracted Himeko. When she turned around, Fuwa was already gone.
何やってんの？そんなところでボケっとしちゃって呼んでも返事ないし。
ボケット？
戦いが過酷すぎて頭も壊れちゃったわけ？まあいいわ。早く来て。すっごいもの見つけたんだから。
Oh, is it new weapon?
これはどういうことなの？
Log TBOS 2014-007.
なぜだ。もう14年目だ。あと一歩だというのになぜ聖なる血に進展がないのだ。僕はせっかちになったのだろうか。500年も待ったではないか。3つのジェムの力を引き出す実験は着々と進み、もうすぐ試験段階に入る。だが、
What?
それまでに聖なる血が完成しなければ計画全体が遅れてしまうな。それはダメだ。
スランプに入ったみたいね。
もう解決方法は見つかってるわよね？
調査を続けるわよ。
Log TBOS HV001.
マーキ博士は本当に天才だ。
マーキー博士？
彼が設計した HSN-B46 結成は、なんと体内に循環することで崩壊エネルギーの力を失わせ外に出してしまうのだ。
What?
彼はこれをバルキリーの治療薬として開発したのだが、僕は一目で本当の価値が分かったよ。これこそが僕が探し求めていた聖なる血を完成させる最後のピースだ。博士と共に祝杯をあげたかったが、残念ながら博士はもうこの世にいない。
Log TBOS HV0538.
数式から導き出した比率をもとに、聖なる血のサンプルに HSN-B46 結成を混ぜると、
The solution turned bright
実
red.
験記録初実験。3組の実験対象はそれぞれ普通の女性 C 級バルキリー、感染した女性ゾンビだ。年齢は全員18歳。身長、体重および各種生命指数はすべて人類の平均値である。
Oh my god.
実験結果、注射後普通の人類に反応は見られなかったが、バルキリーは改造によって得られた崩壊、そして一番面白い結果を出したのがゾンビたちだ。
Infected zombies entered states of pain and rampage. A few lost consciousness.
意識を失った個体からは再び微弱な脳波が測定された。仮説を立証するには実験を繰り返す必要があるが、残念なことに HSN-B46 結成の製造は大量の資源を要するため、スピーディーに実験を繰り返すことができない。
ここで終わりよ。いっぺんに最後まで書きなさいよ。もう実験結果が気になってしょうがないじゃない。もうすぐ目的のものが見つかるような気がするわね。
HSN-B46？
これが最後の記録よ。何でもいいから役に立つもの書きなさいよ。
Log. What?
どうなって ってんのよこれ。
成功だ。聖なる血と血清を混ぜた液体を注射された帝王型崩壊獣は目に見えて衰えていった。同時にその体内の崩壊エネルギーも主体のコントロールから脱した。崩壊エネルギーだけで構成された帝王型崩壊獣は結果的に一瞬で怪人に帰した。やっと完成したよ。これこそが人類の神殺しの槍。すべての準備が整った。K423 は計画通りに聖フレイヤ学園に入学した。監視役も配置済みだ。神殺しの槍も手に入った。あとは収穫を待つだけだ。
Tesla looked at Himeko. She wanted to say something, but failed to bring voice to those words. While she hesitated, Himeko decided to speak her mind.
テスラ、その神殺しの槍は作れる？
Himeko stretched out her right hand that tightly held the red-colored serum. ASN B46 was printed on the other end of the test tube.
これを使う時が来たと思うの。
We could find samples of the holy blood in the labs, but we don't have the serum. If they could gather the materials and experimental records, Dr. Tesla might be able to make the Spear of Destiny. But...
あんまり期待しない方がいいわよ。量が少ないからチャンスは1回だけ。
Oh god. Another noise interrupted them. Himeko stuffed the serum into Tesla's hands and turned around.
敵は私が片付ける。この薬はあんたに任せるわ。
Tesla looked on quietly as Himeko left. She could feel the warmth of her hand from the test tube in her hand. She could not lend voice to those words. She knew that those words wouldn't change anything.
やってやるわよ。私の邪魔をさせないようにしっかり守ってなさいよ。
Alright, that's the spirit, Tesla. These enemies came down from the top floors. I can't let them get any closer to Tesla. Goodbye, sir.
この下がフカが言ってた最下層かしら。
ちょっと姫子、まだ生きてんの？
ピンピンしてるわよ。
最下層に向かうエレベーター？近くに敵はいないはず。下へはあんたが行って。時間がないから別行動よ。
でもあんたは？
いいから行きなさいよ。迷ってる暇はないの。ほらこれ。
Tesla threw down a small mechanical device.
これは？
バルキリー装甲の予備パーツよ。実験室で見つけた。ここまで来るのにあんたの装甲もボロボロでしょ。中で死なないでよ。あんたを引きずり出す時間なんてないんだから。
大丈夫よ。
下に行ったわね。よし。次の実験は誰にもいてほしくないわ。
Tesla put on her gloves and took out a syringe filled with a purple fluid.
今は15時44分ね。
Oh my god, are you going to experiment on yourself, Tesla? She's going to inject Honkai straight into her blood and then to see if the serum actually works to purify her from the Honkai.
手順通りにサンプルもできたし、試験段階に入るわよ。
She then injected the syringe contents into her arm. If you are a scientist and you're watching this video, please don't try to do this. She first injected a Honkai solution. Her skin quickly took on a deathly white pallor. Her skin capillaries gave off a discomforting red glow that slowly spread from her wrists along her arms. Tesla knew what's going on. She witnessed it countless number of times. This is the first sign of human zombification. But this is the first time she saw it happening to herself. She did her best. Tesla sure that she had not made any mistakes. If the experiment's data were true, then the fluid sample in her test tube would be the spear of destiny. But that wasn't enough. One more thing was needed to conclude the experiment. And the experiment would need this final step. Indeed, Tesla took another syringe and took a sample of the other solution. Theories, no matter how perfect, are just scratches on the paper until put on to the test. There were no volunteers. Tesla had no choice but to test them on herself. She injected the entire fluid sample into her thin arm. The capillaries did not change. Perhaps it would take a while for the reaction to take place. These few seconds was the most torturous moments that Tesla ever experienced. It will be alright. Her theories are always right. She tried closing her eyes. She saw many visions in the darkness. She saw how the serum failed to work, allowing the Honkai to corrupt her brain. She saw how the Honkai began rampaging, causing her arm to blossom into a mess of blood and sinew. How the Honkai failed to activate inside her, but could not be neutralized. She saw how she retained her consciousness while her body rotted and withered away. She saw how her body reacted to it strangely while her skin assumed white and pinkish hues, transcending the zombies and becoming a mighty Honkai beast. One of those visions even included herself being transformed into a pink Homu. She had closed her eyes long enough. Tesla prayed as she opened her eyes. She only saw a thin, frail arm belonging to a girl. The vaccine works! There was nothing of note except for several blood vessels underneath her smooth and white skin. Tesla never thought her arm could be so beautiful. She collapsed to the ground like a puppet severed from its strings. She drew in large globes of air and felt as though a great burden has been lifted from her. Yeah, I would imagine why. She waved her right arm excitedly like a girl who just received her birthday present. I'm a true genius. Alright. Meanwhile, at the bottom floor of the lab, the flight of stairs seemed endless. And then it ended abruptly.
ここが最下層。ふか、来てやったわよ。
The light shone and illuminated the outlines of this chamber. It was a somber sight, like a holy shrine housing a relic. Himeko pulled herself over the wreckage of the Aesir mech and made her way to the end of the corridor. A bright red battlesuit was kept there.
最奥まで来たわね。これが私に探させたものなの。ふか。
やっと来ましたね。これはあなたに必要なものであり、オットーがここに隠した秘密。
A weapon capable of engaging the Harsher directly.
これが律者と正面対決できる武器。
Vermilion Knight
神殺
Eclipse.
しそう。私たちが今覚醒した律者に対抗できる唯一の手段です。この装甲は今の文明のものではありません。今使われているバルキリー装甲はこの原型機を手に入れた天命が開発したものです。だがオットーはそれだけでは飽き足らず、もっと狂った計画を実行しました。プレイグジェムをこの装甲に埋め込むことで炎の律者の力を完全再現する兵装を作ったのです。
Wow.
万が一実験が失敗した時はこの装甲で律者と戦えとオットーは事前に全 S 級バルキリーに命令しましたが、今の私ではこれを扱えません。そして今私が頼れるのはどうするかはあなたにお任せします。
そんなこと言わなくてもいいのよ。とっくに決めてるの。この装甲は私が使うわ。
Uhua walked to the battlesuit and extended her hand. Access request verified. Initiate mental wave verification. Verification complete. Privilege category 0th order. Group confident. Request verified. Chamber seals open. Switching to subject encasement mode. Process complete. Energy reactor ignited. Power supply on.
わかりました。この装甲を装着する者はつけた時から律者のジェムに心を蝕まれます。私もできる限り侵食を食い止めてみますが、重要なのはあなた自身です。
フカ、あんた一体何者なの？
Good question.
私はあなたと同じ。ただ現状を変えたいだけです。
Himeko entered the battlesuit chamber. The light shone on her body. The world before her eyes slowly turned white. It felt like the first rays of dawn, saintly yet empty at the same time. Stop here! You've done your best! Oh, Phantom Desire, you've done everything you can as a mortal. My turn. Ow. That girl was born a Herrscher. You can't change your fate no matter how hard you try. Alright, so you still have great future ahead of you. Fool, why sacrifice everything you hold dear? Stop! This is madness! There's nothing but death! This is suicide! Cut the crap! Oh, that's herself. Done talking already. Oh, Teresa. I know what I'm doing. They'll do the same thing as well. If it can be done, then I'll guess I have to do it. The girls are out there waiting for me. Our journey will not end here. There you go. Oh boy. That's it. You've defeated your inner demons. Your human form is temporarily blessed with Herrscher powers. My mission with you has ended. I'm glad I can be of help at the 11th hour.
少佐、今までありがとうございました。いずれまた未来で会いましょう。
What happened? Alright, now new battle suit. Oh, that's a Heimdall. Oh, I'm dying. Oh god. There you go. The massive machine became a pile of burning scrap. Himeko plunged her great sword into the ground and exhaled with a satisfaction. She could feel her heart pounding. Her body has never felt so light before. Her injuries no longer ailed her. A reservoir of power welled up within her, waiting to be unleashed.
みんな待ってて。今戻るから。
Airspace above the southern outer passageway, Helheim Honkai Energy System lapse.
テスラさんが送った座標まであと4キロです。近くに異常は見られません。
分かった。減速と降下を始める。テスラたちの捜索準備を始めてくれ。全正体油断するな。律者。
負傷者の状況はどうでしょうか。
いいとは言えないな。テレサさんの怪我は何とか落ち着いたが、目を覚ますまでしばらく時間がかかるだろう。メイだが、コンケストジェムを奪われた時に心臓が傷ついてしまい、すぐにでも心臓手術が必要だ。テスラたちを見つけ次第撤退。
レーダーが戦艦に侵入する崩壊獣の大群をキャッチしました。
戦闘準備。
The thunderous ring of metal on metal was deafening. Bronya's vision began to swirl. Powerful inertial forces violently tossed her body about like a rag doll.
何が起こったのです？ハイペリオンが緊急降下しているのですか？
Her vision slowly returned. She could see light piercing the darkness.
急いで戻らないと。
Bronya's vision started getting brighter. Then she saw her. The fire continued to burn.
姫子少佐。
よくやったわね、ブローニャ。
敵が来ます。
すぐにハイペリオンに戻って。ここは私に任せなさい。
空の曲率がおかしいわ。こんな高濃度の崩壊エネルギーは見たことないわよ。しかも敵が増え続けてる。何よ、律者だからって何でもありなわけ？
敵は私が引きつけるわ。負傷者の安全を優先してハイペリオンは起動できるの。
左舷走行が外れてるし、動力室は正面から攻撃受けてるし、防振システムも破損が見られるし、
A lot of damage.
復旧には時間がかかるし、今の点火率からして。
落ち着いて、所要時間だけ教えて。
3分よ。あと3分持てばこのふざけた場所から離れられるよ。
Drip, drip. Drops of her blood sizzled, dried, and blackened as they fell on the superheated floor. The cruel and malicious voice could be heard.
あらら、弾かれた。台本通りに演じないとダメでしょ。
The roiling heavens was torn apart. The Hersher could be seen amidst the flashes of lightning.
キアナ。
やっとお前たちを見つけたよ。順番が変わってしまったがまあいい。虫キャラに変わりはない。お前から殺してやろう。
待ってたわよ、クソったれ律者。嵐の前の静けさかしら。
Gather the wounded and get the boat back into air. Hurry!
私はそんなにヤワじゃないの。
Oh, he's going to Benares!
抜刀せよ、烈火。熱煙粉塵。抜刀せよ、烈火。
Alright, there you go.
何？その走行は。
血が出たわね。神も負傷するのね。
なぜだ？お前などとっくに何十回と殺せたはず。
それは申し訳ないわね。私って結構手強いのよね。
無礼な人類よ。
人類って言いづらくないわけ。私にはちゃんと名前があるのよ。よく覚えておきなさい。あんたが今戦っているのは村田姫子よ。
That's badass.
ここの景色と
Alright, let's continue this. Oh god.
熱煙粉塵。
We're done. Alright. Great sword clashed with a dreadful lance. Fire blazed and shadows danced. The Valkyrie swung her great sword and bravely stood against the maelstrom of destruction.
なぜだ？たかが虫キャラのくせに。
The lance caught up blasts of lightning. The smoke smelled of death. But the blazing greatsword whipped out a firestorm that reduced it to ashes.
あの走行に私のジェムが。ならば全力をもってお前を引き裂いてやろう。
The Hersher's face was a twisted grimace. She directed all her fury towards the fray. She would stop at nothing to annihilate this red-haired Valkyrie. Such anger blinded her that she never saw another pair of eyes studying her every move. Ah, is it Otto again?
システム準備完了。出力準備完了。起動照準完了。目標ロックオン。距離誤差調整完了。君が作ってくれたチャンスを無駄にはしないよ。撃て！
Oh, that must be Einstein, isn't it? A powerful beam shot forth from the cannon and directly struck the Hersher's body. The secret weapon hidden on the Hyperion was finally fired in anger, and it struck true.
なんだこれは。
Honkai energy leaked out of her broken shell. The vast reservoir of Honkai within the Herrscher sprayed from every crack and orifice of her body. The unbridled energy quickly transformed into a bright rays of light erupting from the Herrscher that had dissipated as intense wave of heat.
どうして私の体が。
Her body was being torn apart. Powerful photonic currents continued to bombard the Herrscher, peeling her pinions from her wrecked body. Edison, a scientist born in the 20th century, initiated humanity's greatest project for civilian use. The world's greatest Honkai energy converter and anti-entropy's ultimate weapon, Force, after a 50-year project, heralded its appearance with one shot. It is the weapon that bore the ideals and will of humanity. It is the Selene. Beep. The Herrscher has escaped into the imaginary space. We dealt massive damage, but she managed to escape. Perhaps we shouldn't have force-fired the weapon. We have few options left. Evac all personnel to the ship. Commence withdrawal right now. The Hyperion, lower deck passageways. Himeko leaned against the railings outside the medical bay. People carrying the wounded rushers passed through her. She tried to stanch her wounds. She could not stop the bleeding.
今回は大事になっちゃったわね。
No one hurt her. The serum glistened plainly and reflected her scarred face. The piercing alarm began to sound, adding even more chaos to the riotous corridor. But to Himeko, the world was as peaceful as it could be.
まあいいわ。少し新鮮な空気でも吸おうかしら。
She straightened herself and went the opposite way of the rest of the crew. Time seemed to have paused at that moment.
みんなして子供のままのような子だけど、でも好きな場所だった。これからも長い長い道が待っているわよね。みんな、分を祈るわ。
Soldiers, medics, wounded personnel wrapped in bandages, and damage control specialists. Crew of the Hyperion, people of the Far East Branch, and members of Anti-Entropy. Those that Himeko had seen, and others that Himeko had never seen before. Those who knew her, and those who didn't. All of them passed by her without a word.
ほんと、あと一杯飲みたかったわ。
Oh, this is an animated. Hang on. Oh God. Alright, that's badass.
"逃げられると思った?
待ってたわよ。
死を迎える準備は整った?"
力の神を抗うがいい。
What is she doing?
この程度か。あんたの攻撃は終わり。それなら私の番で文句ある。死ね。キアナ、あんたが目を覚ました時全てが変わっている。世界はもう美しくない。平凡な日常ももうない。でも諦めないで。何があっても諦めないで。調子に乗るな。
少佐少佐
少佐、
少佐姫子、私は最強のバルキリーになるの。
キアナ、顔を上げなさい。あんたは前に進むのよ。この不完全な物語をあんたの望む姿に変えなさい。生きなさい、キアナ。これで授業はおしまいよ。
Oh my god, she injected? Is she dead? The Hyperion escape encirclement. Subject K-423 and the prototype Godsbane battlesuit went missing. The Herschel returned to her slumber. The Honkai eruption she wrought continued to spread. In the face of such catastrophe, anti-entropy may rally and ally with Teresa once more. There is also her, a most unstable element. The eighth divine key, Feng Huang Down, seems to have power beyond knowledge. No matter. These rivals will not stop the tests. That's Kiana. Wait, what? What? Is she really dead? No, no way, right? I mean, yeah, she still have a lot of battle suits here, right? So she just got a battle suit, right? So there's no way she's going to die. All of her speeches to Kiana does sound like a last will letter. So I don't know. Maybe I should wait until the next chapter to confirm that. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to end this episode right here. And as always, MiHoYo's animations are always great, and the music is always great, but oh boy. Yeah, leave a like if you do, and if you want to see more Honkai Impact episodes in the future, then don't forget to subscribe. With that, I think I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.